Privacy in Motion explores how your personal data fuels billion-dollar systems while examining who controls the rules of digital privacy and what it truly means to own and protect your identity.
People like you care a lot, people in crypto care a lot about privacy, but it's said that the wider internet surfing public doesn't care enough.
They're nihilist or nihilist, right? They don't care.
Do you think people actually care about their digital privacy?
Surface, no.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think some people care more than others.
Many people care too much about their privacy.
What do you think about that?
So first of all, ask them to hand over their unlocked phone and see if they really believe what they're saying.
So Brendan Eich, thanks for joining us today. You're the founder of Brave. I don't think it's hyperbole to say you're one of the founders of the web even. You developed Mozilla, JavaScript back in the day. To talk about Brave, I mean, why originally did you want to develop that and why do we need it?
So Brave was a sort of rebellion against all the ads and surveillance that was getting crazy 10 years ago. When we started with Netscape in particular, I joined in April 1995, everybody wanted to put up a web server of their own with a picture of their cat and dog and their grandchildren. That was great. That's still possible, and that's still fundamental to the web. But nobody thought about what if there's a picture on my site that I load from a different site. That site could track my users. That became the ad tech pixel, which then got reduced to an invisible JavaScript. And that built this entire surveillance economy up behind most people's backs. We didn't know about it. And it was clear that the big browsers were captured by their search engine owners or partners. Even Firefox, when I was there, wouldn't block cookies. We had 3 tries as an open source project by people trying to block third-party cookies the same way Safari did. And they got rejected. And I was party to it, so I'm not blaming anybody else, but we all thought this rocks the boat too much, and it's just going to cause people doing ad tech to run to the fingerprinting side of the ship, and it's not going to improve the situation. So with Brave, we got to start from a smaller user base of lead users and build a new approach that blocks by default, so private by default, and then can we build up new economics and new models for keeping publishers and users happy.
You want to be really protective about your privacy and who can see what you are doing online. It's like why are we still sharing all this information with so many services? They can be encrypted.
Privacy is a right, so you should be able to block things. Free riding is always allowed on the web if the content isn't paywalled, in my opinion. This is the nature of the web. But what if you want to give back? What if you want to help the publisher you like? What if you want to do something novel with ads? And that's what Brave's been building up. So private by default, and then can we build up new economics and new models for keeping publishers and users happy?
So this is a big question. I mean, does incentivization work to preserve privacy, do you think?
I think it's an open question. I think it's a hard problem. It's not going to be solved in one fast move. For instance, we did the basic attention token on Ethereum, and like Bitcoin, the Ethereum blockchain will fingerprint you. It doesn't have privacy. It has pseudo-anonymity, and enough repeated or patterned transactions will identify you, sometimes uniquely. But we've seen evolution since then with Zcash, Monero, and now things like Midnight. And we've done our own sort of browser-based techniques because we don't want to put things on the blockchain if we don't have to at all. We don't want to put them on our servers. It's better not to have the data. Then you can't be evil, instead of the sophomore "don't be evil" slogan Google used to have until they retired it. So can you build up a trusted edge-based browser operating system data set that allows you to look back, do that kind of analytics that credit card companies do to detect non-fraud from fraud, but do it in the browser and then mint a zero-knowledge proof, a proof that anyone can verify based on the terms of the proof itself.
If you look at the dream of the internet, this kind of, broadly available town square that, is essentially unregulated. I think if you go back to the beginnings of it, I think a lot of it comes down to educating individuals. I think people need to adapt their mentality to this kind of brave new world.
The law is never perfect, and it depends on human action, both in the regulatory domain, because so much needs to be figured out by the regulators after the fact, and among the users, especially the lead users who are informing the next generation of products. I think between regulation, antitrust, and user consciousness, lead user consciousness, privacy is still rising.
If we've learned anything from browsers like Brave, it's that privacy isn't just possible, it's preferable. But to truly reclaim the web, we may need to rethink not just how we browse, but what the internet is even made of. So what happens when we stop patching the system and start rebuilding it from the protocol up?